right, guys, we are back and welcome to another episode of the Life of Pi. And tonight, as promised, well, first of all, thanks for joining us again. Thanks for coming back, Cheeks. Wow.
Yeah.
Words tonight are difficult indeed. God almighty. It's been a long week. But tonight, as promised, folks, we are talking Days of Thunder. One of my favorite Tom Cruise movies. I think it's very underrated. This came out in 1990. It's going to run an hour. Well, not an hour. 107 minutes. Again, I'm just going to read off the back. When you talk about the names in this list, just production-wise, you got Jerry Bruckheimer, you got Tony Scott, Hans Zimmer did the music.
Oh my God, Hans Zimmer is one of the best music people in the business. I think his best work is Pirates of the Caribbean.
Yes.
Right? Because he can create an epic soundtrack, no matter what it is.
Sorry, I'm just adjusting, playing with our volume here.
Play.
So, this movie, again, we got Tom Cruise, we got Nicole Kidman, Robert Duvall, we got Carl Hughes, you'll recognize him from Princess Bride. John C. Reilly's in it, his first of 2 NASCAR movies he's done. The other one is Talladega Nights. And Randy Quaid, you know, I forget what's his name from he's Uncle, what's his name, from the National Lampoon movies. What's his name? Uncle, what's his name in the National Lampoon movies? Do you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Come on, man. You're
Carl, Duke.
Not Duke.
Gosh, no, God damn it. All right, this is bad because it is one of my favorite movies.
Because you know
Eddie,
Uncle,
cousin Eddie.
Cousin
Got me
Eddie.
on Uncle. I'm like
Uncle. Yeah, I screwed that one.
Cousin Eddie.
So
look, I didn't even have to look that up.
Yeah, so I gotta ask, like, you've never seen this movie before. This is your first time viewing.
No, I've seen it before.
Oh, have you?
This? I just watched it with you last week.
No, I'm saying before that. This was like your
first
viewing.
first viewing. Yeah.
So what did you think of it?
I thought it was pretty good.
Because I know there's really not that many like racing movies out there per se.
No, I mean, yeah, like NASCAR specific racing.
Yeah.
Because I think that there are actually plenty of racing movies, but nothing like specific to NASCAR.
Yeah.
Right. So
Stock
obviously,
car.
yeah, like this set the foundation for it. I mean, you have Days of Thunder, Talladega Nights, right?
Yeah.
And then you have like all of your like Le Mans stuff. So like Ford versus Ferrari was awesome.
What was that?
Versus Lauda or whatever, like the Niki Lauda.
Are you talking about the Chris Hemsworth movie,
Yeah.
Rush? That movie was freaking awesome. We gotta cover that one. We should cover that one.
That was a great movie.
So we should cover that one and Ford versus Ferrari. Both those movies are excellent.
Yeah.
There's another F1 movie coming out. I forget what the name of it is, but it's got some freaking big name people in it. But that's like apparently in production right now.
Yeah. I mean, overall, I thought the movie was pretty darn good. And yeah, I'll give you the underrated. It had. The funny thing is you can always tell a Jerry Bruckheimer movie.
Oh yeah.
Like it's the same concept every single time. There's always going to be the seductive, sexy scenes with, like you said, the light coming through the windows.
Tom Cruise loves his makeout scenes so much in the light in the window, and you just see his tongue flicking into the girl's mouth.
It's like the silhouette.
Yeah, I'm like, how many times are we gonna recreate that?
But seriously, Jerry Bruckheimer did a great job with this movie.
And the music, man, the music just makes the movie. And like honestly, I would love this kid to get this movie on Blu-ray. Because I can't imagine how much better the picture and sound quality would be, like especially for like a surround sound with the cars going around the track.
This was shot still in widescreen, but I think we watched it.
No, we watched it in widescreen.
We did, yeah, but it still didn't fill up the whole. Yeah, I bet Blu-ray would probably do this.
Just because just for sound, the sound of that movie with the cars going like the meow meow meow. And so again, guys, if you haven't seen this movie, come on, what are we doing here? But as we know, Cole Trickle. You know, we have Randy Quaid's character who owns a car dealership. He wants Robert Duvall to build him a car.
Yeah.
To race the legend car builder. And he needs to find a driver. And the guy goes, who you can get to drive after the race starts? The very first scene that we have is the Daytona 500. And we see that Michael Roker, who we all know from like Guardians of the Galaxy and The Walking Dead, just to name a few. I won't keep going. He's been in so many things. His character is Rusty or Rowdy, and he's like the favorite. He won the year before, and that's like the opening scene is the Daytona 500. As we know from NASCAR, it's the biggest race of the year. Unless you bet on it, like I did this year, like an idiot. Where you
But we watched the best Daytona 500.
Yeah,
it was a long time.
So when legalized gambling happens in Ohio, we kind of all lost our minds, like the Joker. It's like, you know.
Want to see a magic trick?
Yeah,
I want to watch my money disappear.
It was kind of funny because I was an idiot about it, and this is nothing to do with the movie, but it's just a fun little funny story. Because as you remember, I bet on like 9, 10 different drivers. In the first wreck, I lost 7 of 9 drivers that I bet on in like the 25th lap or whatever it was, and I was just like, oh, that was 35, 40
going
bucks.
Down the list, gone. They're still in, gone. They're still in, gone.
So basically, Randy Quaid's character talks Robert Duvall's character into building him a car. And then he finds himself a driver, Tom Cruise, aka Cole Trickle.
What a great name.
Cole Trickle is such a NASCAR name.
It totally is.
That sounds terrible to say out loud, but like it's such a southern, just like NASCAR, just like
it's like a good old boy name.
Yeah, it's very American sounding, just like Rowdy. That's a very American name. And right off the rip, Cole Trickle and Rowdy hate each other right after Tom Cruise shows up in his motorcycle. The smoke's blowing across the speedway as he rolls up.
No smoke would ever be out there like that.
No smoke in the morning.
Right.
And I kind of saw some of the shots where they cut it. And it was funny because like some of the shots you can tell like it's like light, and they cut over. It's like kind of dark, and then it's light, and then it's dark. I'm like, whoever the production was kind of like
clouds kind of came through,
and all of a sudden it's sunny, and like Tom Cruise is wearing a scarf, and again there's smoke, and some of the scenes they're seeing their breath, like it's so cold in the morning.
Right.
It just, and of course Cole Trickle gets out there and runs what they said was taking the pole at the Daytona last time.
Right.
So
and
right
he ran it well.
Yeah.
I mean, he really did. Granted, there's a big learning curve for him.
Yeah, because he was driving. I forget what they said. He was driving some other different kind of cars. It wasn't NASCAR.
Right.
And the one things they really didn't talk about, I don't know, maybe I just didn't catch. They didn't really cover if this was like the top tier, what we consider the Cup Series now. So then there's like the Xfinity Series. There's one below that which I don't know what it is. And then there's the Cup Series. So they didn't really say if he was going to be racing top tier. I assume yes, because they're talking about Daytona 500. And so right off the rip, you can tell he's just kind of like a good old boy. He's like, because you have the scene later on, like they're talking about his car, and he keeps crashing everywhere, and like Rowdy keeps messing with him and crashing. And Robert Duvall's like, I can't talk to the son of a bitch. She doesn't listen to me. And he talks to him about like how he goes, you gotta tell me that the car's loose, that back end's loose, this is that. He goes,
I don't know what any of this means. I don't know what you're talking about.
It'd be like me trying to explain a car problem to somebody. I don't know anything about cars. It wasn't something I learned as a kid. Like I did a lot of sports. I didn't do car stuff. I'll learn little stuff here and there now, but it's like he goes, a little bit of this, a little bit. He goes, I don't know what you mean. I don't know what you said. He goes, I'm ignorant to the language. And Robert Duvall's just like, oh my god. He goes, what do you mean you don't know? He goes, they told me to get in the car and drive. So I got in the car and I drive. And that was really good. And first of all, can we talk about Tom Cruise just luscious locks of just long flowing hair?
He was in his early 20s or late 20s?
Yeah, because it was 4 years after Top Gun.
Let's see. So he was born in 1963.
Oh, you're gonna.
So he was
hold on. You keep going. I'm gonna Google if you were right.
1963, because I think he just turned 60.
Tom Cruise age. We're gonna look it up. 1962, born July 3rd, 1962. He just turned 60.
So he'll be 61.
He'll be turning 61 this year.
So he's 60. So yeah, so he was what, 28, 27, 28.
He was young. I mean, because he was young when he did Top Gun, and Top Gun was like, because you think about the run of movies that he had in the 90s,
it was
80s, and in the 90s and 80s. We even talked about this as I kind of. We work through it here. Look. But yeah, like his movies, like, let me see. I might as well look at his filmography while we're at it. Might help us a little bit more. Oh man, that's insane. So let's see. He had if this website will work for me, that'd be super great. Or if I knew how to use it, that'd be awesome too. All right, so we gotta look at it here. As I do. Yeah, because I mean, when he first came out, he had like The Outsiders was like his breakout role, which we all saw in high school. And he had like Outsiders, Risky Business, All the Right Moves. He had Top Gun, Color of Money, Cocktail, Young Guns, Rain Man, Born 4th of July, Days of Thunder, A Few Good Men, The Firm.
Oh my God, A Few Good Men.
Interview with a
Great
Vampire.
movie.
Like in the 80s and 90s, man, Tom Cruise just absolutely crushed it.
And then the whole Mission Impossible
series just like took off in like the early 90s. I think not long after this movie came out.
Can we talk about his worst movie?
The Mummy. It's so bad you haven't seen it. It is that bad, I promise you. But yeah, this to me is like one of the quintessential like racing movies.
Mm-hmm.
I just recently started to watch NASCAR this year, mostly because we can bet on it.
Right. Makes it more enjoyable.
Yeah. So we're gonna do a little odds thing here. If Cole Trickle was a real racer, saw what you saw in the movie, what do you think his odds would have been to win the Daytona 500 after his wrecks and all his crashes and everything in the film? What do you think it would have been getting in Rowdy's car and racing?
Not good.
Are we talking like plus like 2,000, plus 20,000?
Oh, if we're given odds, I'd
Yeah,
probably
yeah.
put him up there at like plus 1,500.
So we're talking bottom to low, middle to
Not
bottom.
necessarily. I would probably put him in the middle because, like, I feel like I don't want to even call it the experience, but who he is as a driver, the driver he's portrayed to be.
Very amateur, because he doesn't know.
He's amateur, but he has skill. Right?
Yeah.
He has balls, right?
Yeah.
Like, he's not afraid to go up and hit somebody and take someone high when you're not supposed to go high. You're supposed to go low.
You never go high.
Don't go high. All right, Trickle, go high. What? You told me not to go high.
He goes, I believe in you. You can do this.
Right.
You told me never to go high.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, he does it, and he wins the race.
Right.
In the Daytona 500.
No, in the Daytona 500, he goes low because Rowdy.
Oh, that's right.
He's like, he always goes high.
No,
goes
it's
high.
the other guy knows he's
Or,
not.
yeah.
Because Rowdy has the brain tumor thingy.
Whoever he raced against, whatever. But he's like, he's gonna go high. He always goes high, and then he goes low, which is like awesome.
Because he's like, I'm just setting him up here, and I'm like, oh, first time I watched, I was like, oh, he's gonna fake up and then rip it down, and the guy, and he's like, shit, and it's just like Robert Duvall's like, gotcha, bitch, and of course we have like the infamous 46 car, Mellow Yellow.
Mellow Yellow is underrated.
It was the cheap man's Mountain Dew before Mountain Dew
it
exploded
was
on the
awesome.
scene.
They still make Mellow Yellow?
I think so.
I think so too.
They call me Mellow Yellow.
But Mellow Yellow was like Dr. Thunder. It's awesome, Dr.
Oh, Dr. Thunder's still out there, man. Joe
Yeah.
drinks it every day.
RC Cola, like all
RC
the poor man
Cola,
stuff.
Sunkiss.
Oh, fuck yeah. Mhm. All the the poor man's soda pop beverages.
I remember I used to go to Walmart, put a $5 for $5 in the machine, and cans of pop are like a quarter, so you get like 15 pops per review. I don't know the math. I'm just doing it off the top of my
You
head.
get $4.75 a quarter back.
No, you just keep you buy a bunch of cans of pop, and then I would walk out with the track with like a little plastic bag, go back to my house, and I had people over for like cookouts when we were like 16, 17.
Wow.
Hey, you gotta do what you gotta do, man.
Wow. Sorry
And-
you were born poor.
No, I wasn't born poor. I was just improvising. I didn't have a job yet.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, and also Nicole Kidman in this movie.
Gorgeous.
Hello.
Yeah. I think that's when he was like, yeah, I'm gonna marry her.
I think that's kind of where they met. I don't know for sure,
Yeah.
but I want to say it's how it's where they met.
Mm-hmm.
And honestly, like their interactions together with her as the doctor.
Oh, you're my doctor,
Sure.
huh? What a great scene though with the trooper.
Oh God, yes. Yeah, so because Cole Trickle wins his first race, and they hire the pretty blonde to feel him up, and they're all drunk on the bus, and then of course he has the big crash with Rowdy,
Mm-hmm.
and he can't see anything, so he's never seen Nicole Kidman because swelling in his brain is so bad.
Yep.
And that's another thing that like NASCAR was really big on. Like after like Earnhardt unfortunately passed, like they the new helmets, like the angel gear, whatever they call it, on the sides, and like all the swelling in the brain, like that can like kill you. You know, obviously you can obviously die during NASCAR races.
You start driving at 170, 80, 190, 200 miles an hour, and then you come to a complete standstill. I think Jeremy Clarkson said it the best. It's not speed won't kill you; it's suddenly coming to an abrupt halt that gets you.
Yeah, and it's crazy because like you watch like NASCAR races now. In the movie, they didn't really do a very good job of it. But in the NASCAR race, you see if guys crash, they let go of the wheel and just do this. They do like the crossover arms.
Yeah.
Which is I never really thought about it. I was like, yeah, the impact going into a wall. If you know you're gonna hit a wall and let go, that'll rip your shoulder out.
Yeah,
of
if
the
you're
socket.
holding on, it doesn't matter. It'll pull you. It'll hurt.
And like I love in the movies though, like the guys hold on, they're magically steering. I'm like, there's no way. I don't care how strong you are.
Yeah.
That's not happening. Again, I know it's a movie, I understand, but
it's for theatrical purposes.
yes. But again, Tom Cruise and Nicole Kidman, their scenes together were incredible. But yeah, the scene you're talking about in the hospital where he gets his sight back and he'd been there for a couple of days, couldn't see her, just knew her voice. She walks in, and his whole crew is there. Robert Duvall, all the pit crew is there. John C. Reilly, Buck, a good old Buck. And like they're like, "Oh, this is your doctor." He goes, "Oh, is it?" He goes, "No, really, it's your doctor." He goes, "Sure is." He goes, "Hey, doctor." He goes, "I got what you're looking for." And but like her hand is crotched. She goes, "Well, that's not really my specialty." I was just like, "Oh." And then they come in, and I love when they come in the room and you can first see, and like John C. Reilly comes in with the blind stick. Cole, oh my God, Cole, you're alive. I can see. He's like banging stuff with like a blind stick. I was like, oh my God. But yeah, this movie, I love this. That's why
it was a good movie.
That's why I put this on your list. Because I was like, this is a very quintessential Tom Cruise film.
It's a great movie.
Yeah, I watch it usually once or twice a year, right around the Daytona 500.
Now you do?
Yeah, I still watch it.
Okay.
I have lots of movies that I watch at certain occasions of the year. Like,
when was the last time you watched the Daytona 500 before this year?
Before this year, probably 5-6 years ago.
Yeah.
But I always watch it. I don't necessarily watch the race, but I watch this because I know the race is happening.
But now we have a thing we can watch that before the Daytona 500.
Yeah, we can watch that and Ricky Bobby.
Yeah, fuck yeah.
But yeah, this, I can't say enough great things about this film.
It was a great movie.
I love it.
I would say I'd give it like a 7 out of 10.
Oh, really? I was going to go with hard 6.9.
Oh, you want to go with 6.9? See, I'm not childish like that. I like, fall in half numbers. Like 0.5.
Okay, we can do 7. Okay, what about 7.1?
No.
No?
No. I'll give it a 7.
I'll take a 7.
Seven is a good movie, worth a watch.
Oh, absolutely.
Right? And a 7 is also.
But not
I'll
on
watch
TV.
it again, but I don't have to watch it religiously. Oh yeah, I hate watching movies on TV because of commercials.
Not only that, there's only so much they can show. There's certain scenes and like language they're gonna cut out. Also, we gotta talk about Michael Rooker's performance in this. Rooker. If I'm mispronouncing his last name, I apologize. But him as Rowdy, the fact that him and Tom Cruise instantly just hate each other.
Right.
And then they're just like, they keep crashing
each other. The whole wheelchair scene in the hospital is so great.
Oh yeah, because like they get brought
I
out.
don't want to be next to him. I don't want to see him now.
And
it starts rolling forward.
And then they're just like doing the wheelchair race down the hallway.
And automatically know exactly where they're going.
Yeah, they just know.
Yeah,
they both have brain damage. Clear brain damage. Yeah. But we know where we're going. They have a meeting with NASCAR.
Yeah.
NASCAR's like, well, we're going to have a sit down, and you guys are going to ride together. I'm like, so these clowns just had brain damage.
And then
they're going to give them keys to a car to drive together. Yeah. And that's another one of my favorite scenes is like the wheelchair part's hilarious. And the thing is, I love that it wasn't long. It's like 35, 40 seconds. It's real short. If it would be like an extended like 2-3 minute thing, I'm like, okay, let's wrap it up here.
Right.
But then they get like the keys to the car, And they go, me and you both agree neither one of us is gonna let us drive the car. And so then they get in the car, and then they just are just smashing each other to pieces down the road through the ocean apparently, and those cars just didn't bog out all the water in the engine.
Right.
Meanwhile, the head of NASCAR is like waiting at dinner with like the team owners.
And it's all calm, and there's like elevator music in the background.
And then Hans Zimmer hates to be like, calm, calm.
And honestly, I love scenes like that because it creates the comedy out of that aspect.
And it's just funny, like after that part, like all of a sudden, like Rowdy just respects Tom Cruise as like a person and like a driver.
Right.
And then they're like best friends.
Mm-hmm.
And another great scene with the cars, not on the track, is where Tom Cruise is like having one of his meetings with Nicole Kidman, the doctor, and like he's sitting there talking to her in the car, and the guy in the taxi hits him from behind, and he slams in reverse and like takes off like a madman, and she's like screaming, "Let me out of the car! Let me out of the car!" But here's my only problem with that scene. I have one glaring issue. Again, it's the 90s. Things were probably missed. Where the hell did the taxi go? They went into a parking deck, and the taxi just vanished.
Movie magic.
Oh, movie magic. The taxi just flew away.
Yeah.
Because the taxi would have had to loop around and come back down to
You're
go past.
thinking too much.
Maybe I am, but just me, that's how my brain works. I'm like, that taxi had to come back down, go past Tom Cruise and Nicole Kidman having a screaming match, and go all the way back down and go back out. You would have seen the taxi.
Maybe he was waiting on the top of the deck for him to come up and be like, "Let's go." Crowbar.
Nah, not a taxi driver.
Whiskey.
This isn't New York City. New York City, they've been waiting for you.
Yeah.
But that's why they're New York.
Yeah. Stupid city.
But yes, excellent movie. If you guys haven't seen it, go see this film.
7 out of 10, worth a watch. And when I say a 7, I do mean it's something that you'd want to watch again.
Mm-hmm.
Not religiously. I think like a 5 or a 6 is like, it's worth a watch, but you don't need to watch it again.
Yeah, so for me, like...
Right. And like anything lower than a 5 it's a waste of time.
And the thing is, I love this movie's kind of like, I've seen like references to this movie in like TV shows and movies. Like, the one movie we both enjoy, Jexy, like the main character loves Days of Thunder and finds out his best friends at the office love Days of Thunder. And they have that line in the movie, and then you looked at me and I was like, see, I told you. It's like, oh, he hit me. Oh, he didn't hit you. He didn't nudge you. He rubbed you. And rubbing, son, is racing. And of course, Kid, we find out in the movie that Jexy Kid Cudi loves Cole Trickle because he's wearing the Cole Trickle t-shirt. And like, I've seen people dressed as these characters for Halloween, which I think is also hilarious. Because like, only like diehard people that are crazy about films understand it. And I appreciate people that have costumes like Days of Thunder. They dress up in the mellow yellow jumpsuit, and Nicole Kim is in the white dress from the end scene.
Right.
And I go,
you know,
Days of Thunder.
Yeah.
And I know. I'm like, nobody else knows. I'm like, and I love that feeling. I'm like, because you haven't seen the film. Go see it.
Yeah.
Do yourself a favor.
I wouldn't have forgotten it.
But
I'd be
now-
like, oh, that's cool.
But
Who
now
are
you,
you?
but now you do.
Yeah, right.
So, I do want to talk about our next reviews we will be doing. It'll be kind of a group situation we have going on.
An orgy?
No, not an orgy. No. So I did advertise for this on the page. I know some of you guys saw this, but we will be having.
Do a gangbang.
No, we're not doing gangbangs. We were doing a group discussion since baseball season is coming up. I figured this would be the perfect time.
Oh, the circle jerk.
No, again, no.
No.
Ignore him. Ignore my co-host. We're going to be discussing
It is disgusting.
the best baseball movies of all time and our favorites.
Okay.
Like, I know yours is Sandlot. Mine personally is Field of Dreams. Love that movie.
Yeah.
I know some other people are coming on, like their favorites are like Major League, and there's like...
Who's coming on?
As of right now, me and you, I think Ben's going to be joining us. My brother may be jumping on as well. It just depends on his actual baseball coaching schedule. Then I'm hoping to get Shelly, but he just had his baby. So congratulations to Hannah and Shelly on your baby.
Congrats, yes.
That's amazing. Came a few weeks early, but that's okay.
It's all right.
Mom and baby are healthy. That's all that matters.
Yep.
So he may or may not be jumping on. It just depends how busy he is with daddy duty.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I I see what I did there. I wasn't even trying. But yeah, we will be covering that still because I think that'd be a fun group discussion.
Mm-hmm.
And then I'm hoping sometime in April. I don't know when yet. It's something I've been working on and I've been teasing for a year, and the schedules haven't lined up. But I'm going to make another attempt to make this happen. I'm going to be trying to get George, who you've met before, from Aldi. He's an actor, he's been on before, and Tim. You've never met Tim, obviously.
Oh,
and,
obviously. Yeah.
And then one of their other buddies, Josh, and I want to have like a group interview with like the three of them. They're writers, directors, producers, and they work in the Cleveland film industry. So I want to get them all three on here at the same time, and just have like a fucking kick-ass episode because it'll be awesome.
Yeah, because these aren't. I know. I get it. Mm-hmm. No, I get it.
What?
I get it. No. Because it'll be kick-ass time. That this then isn't a kick-ass time.
No, this is always a kick-ass time.
No. Because then.
Notice how I'm the only one drinking beer tonight, so it's fine.
You said we'll have those three on, so then it will be a kick-ass time.
Okay, I misspoke.
No. Truth always comes out first. Truth always comes out first.
Here we go. So, it will, of course, again be another kick-ass time, so my co-host isn't so offended, so triggered over here.
I'm messing with you.
But yeah, also guys, I know we talked about Cocaine Bear last episode. It's on VUDU on streaming services, so go see it if you haven't seen it yet. Because I'm gonna
free on Vudu?
I think it's free on Vudu. I don't know if it's free. I haven't checked yet, but eventually it's going to be on my wall in the background, the poster. I don't know when, but at some point it'll be on this wall in the background. But do you have any other thoughts, concerns, or shout-outs you would like to give?
Yeah, hang on.
Okay. We're holding pattern for Matt.
Oh yeah, you gotta pay for it.
Oh, you gotta pay for it?
Yeah.
Oh, you gotta pay for it. Well, still go see it. It's cheaper than going to a theater.
No,
So.
it's not. It's $20.
What?
Yeah.
Oh,
Maybe
wait.
it's to buy.
Wait for it to come out in Redbox then.
Here, let's see. It's $20 everywhere on all streaming services that I've seen. I don't want the trailer.
We don't need to see the trailer. We live
Yeah,
the movie.
you can rent it for $20 or buy it for $25.
Oh yeah, just wait for it to come out in Redbox for like $1 to like $1.75.
And then go to the exchange and buy for what, $3-4?
Oh
Yeah.
Get a Cocaine Bear poster.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you got to.
Yeah,
You have to.
be great. All right, folks. I think that's all we got for you guys tonight. A little shorter one for you, but that's okay.
That was good.
We have more films to watch tonight, so we will not be doing an episode next week. I will be out of town next weekend, so yeah, I will be in Vegas. So we'll be back sometime beginning of April. So the next week or two is just going to be kind of chaotic with me traveling, coming back, and readjusting to work and everything. So we'll be back sometime in April, right around the Masters. So maybe we'll do some golf. Maybe we'll squeeze in a golf movie episode.
Okay. Caddyshack.
We do Caddyshack, Happy Gilmore,
Mm-hmm.
The Perfect Game, The Legend of Bagger Vance, Tin Cup.
Tin Cup, yeah.
Tin Cup is like,
Yeah.
it's great. That's just to name a few off the top of my head. So maybe we'll talk about 2 movies at the same time next time. I don't know.
Who knows?
But just be sure to, again, do like, subscribe, what you're hearing on all the Instagrams, the Twitters, and the Facebooks, and the YouTube page where you're watching this at. Helps me, helps the show grow, and we will talk to y'all next time. Do you want to give them the tagline on the way out, Matt?
And I hope you've enjoyed your slice of pie.
Later!
Deuces. Is this gonna work?
Work!
Oh,
Make it work!
oh no, what a disaster.